Right, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day. Hi guys. So we haven't picked up the camera at all today, and that's mainly because the last few days has just, it's taken a big toll on Sophie and I, and we're both really struggling with our mental health. It's just, we're not the same, and although we do like to vlog to show people that they're not alone in these situations, at the moment today Sophie and I didn't feel it was appropriate to vlog, which we hope you guys totally understand. Hopefully we can pick back up again tomorrow, but for today it was supposed to be a day of rest, and that's not happened. It's just been all up and down, emotions all over the place. I'm not in pain as such, well, not where my wisdom tooth was pulled. I've got like a bit of a bruise come down now, you can see it about here, and the hole itself doesn't really hurt, but obviously my cheek is a lot redder and the roof of my mouth is causing so much pain. So there's that on top of our mental health. And then first thing this morning, obviously we woke up, had to do the bins. We woke up late because of just being exhausted from yesterday. Just about managed to get the bins out and the recycling out, and we had a knock on the door, and it was the postman. He had to give us a parcel anyway, so he was knocking on the door like to give us that. But we don't know if you remember, but for the last 2-3 months, the bin men, every time they reverse down our street, they reverse over our front garden. As a result, today they reversed down and they hit it, like the garden, pretty badly, and the slab that they had dislodged, they really lifted up today. As the postman comes around the corner on the street, because like I said, we're right on the corner and we're the first house along this row, comes around the corner, goes to go up our front steps, but before he gets there, he falls over and trips on this slab. Thankfully, he's not too hurt, but it could have been a lot worse. We have a wall that goes, like, runs along our steps for a rail, and they're quite sharp bricks. If he had fallen a little bit more to the right, he would have cracked his head open. So straight after meds this morning, instead of me going back to sleep like I normally do, I was having to contact the council. By the time I got through to the council, they then turned around and said that I'd rung the wrong number, which was really frustrating. So I had to call another number, and they turned and said that they would not touch it because it's not their property. Like, so we're in a housing association house through the council, and because we're in a housing association house and the slab is on our private property, regardless of the fact it was the bin men that broke it, they wouldn't touch it and fix it. So then I tried calling through to the housing association, was on hold for God knows how long. Finally get through to somebody, and initially she was just gonna put it in for a routine fix for 5 to 7 days. And then I turned and said, well, if it's going to be that long, we're going to need something like a cone or a barrier or something to block off that part of our garden so that nobody else trips on it, basically. So she put it through to an emergency one. And then, good on them, within about 2 hours, they were around and they fixed it. They've relayed that slab. So I am mega impressed with them. But obviously then I couldn't then go to sleep until this time. But then by the time they had fixed the slab, I had arranged for somebody to come look at Soph's phone for the time that I would ordinarily be waking up for my nap, and I still hadn't got to sleep yet. So they then turned up. They wanted to look at the phone, which is fair enough, because apparently he bought a couple of phones now and it would have a crack on the screen because Soph's had a very small crack along the bottom, and they would say it would work, but it was like a dead battery. And when he got home, there was black spots on the screen, and although ours didn't have that, I would not have sold it if it was. And I put pictures up online showing that it was on. Obviously he wanted to check it, which is completely fine. I'm okay with that. But then it meant he was here for a bit longer. He was happy with it because, like I said, the screen was, although cracked, it was like a hairline crack along the top of the screen. It hadn't gone through to the main function of the screen. He was more than happy with that, and he sold it. We got more than what we would have got if we had sold it back to Samsung. So that's gone into our saving tin, which will hopefully pay off some debts at the end of the year. And I eventually got to sleep. An hour later, I'd woke up, and because of having the procedure done yesterday with my wisdom tooth, I didn't get to sleep until 5 o'clock this morning. Woke up at 9, and then obviously only having an hour's nap in the afternoon. Sophie was exhausted, we were both tired and grouchy, and it just wasn't appropriate to vlog. Yesterday as well, when I got home, I wanted to, if you remember rightly, a few days ago I showed you some wooden engravings I was doing for families who had babies born sleeping or who they lost not long after birth. I was sorting that out, carving the wood, and the machine broke, and it just topped it all off altogether. But I managed to open it all up, found the problem, got it fixed, have ploughed through the little keyring things, and I've only got 3 more to do. I've managed to get a couple more of the squares of the blanket done. So there's only 7 squares left, and then I've got to put it all together and tidy it up. And that's done. Soph's been doing more of the painting this evening. She's got quite a fair bit done, and the bits that's left is mainly like block colourings. So she's gonna start, she'll either do that tomorrow or after. It might not be tomorrow because I've got to have bloods in the morning to see if the injection I had in November to help with my primary immune deficiency, but the name of it down here, we need to see if it's worked. Ideally, I need to have now been immune to all of the pneumonias that are out there. There's 13 altogether. But when I had the injection, I was only immune to 6 of them, which is not good, and that's why I kept getting ill. So we're hoping it's going to have worked. And then in the afternoon, Sophie's got her smear test. So depending on how that goes, depending on whether she'll be up for doing more painting or not. But there's no push if she doesn't want to do it, because it's not a pleasant procedure. to be honest. I'm not going to lie, but it's something that needs to be done. And we need to go pick up my meds and pay our bill at the vets, so we got a lot to do tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much been today. So yeah, apologies for not a lot of content, but hopefully we'll pick up again over the next few days. So thanks for coming on, Davis, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.